Well, that's embarrassing. Well, it looks like I'm back live. I have to apologize for whatever happened. I'm not really sure what that is. I guess that's just something you have to deal with when you're doing live streams. I really don't know what happened. So, kind of a drag. Sorry that I lost whoever was there, and I hope you come back. Or I hope you come back. Back. Well, that's very frustrating. Sorry about that. For anybody that's still there, we'll start this over again. Welcome to Sunday Lives. Sunday Live with Bill. I'm going to be doing these every week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you'll check back and stick with me live when I'm doing these. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing each week. I'm still kind of formulating all of this. Today I'm going to be doing a little printing, as I was explaining before I got cut off there. I did some live. I did some work in Venice a couple weeks ago, and I was working on some prints last night, some base platinum prints or palladium prints, of which one is right here that you can see. And what I'm doing today is laying some gum down on them. Now this is just a proof. I made three finished prints, or what I hope will be finished prints. We'll see if I get through all three of them. But I've sized them before I came on camera, and I'm going to be laying down the gum bichromate layers here pretty soon. So I just figure that's what I'm going to do here live while we're here, and see if anybody joins in and maybe comes up with some questions or anything like that. Bear with me here while I kind of look at my own feed and see what's happening here. Yeah, I can see it right here, and yeah, there we go. I'm live, so I'm just going to close that down right now and kill the sound so that I don't duplicate on you. But anyway, well, that's kind of wild. I came on live came on late originally just because of something that was going on around here, and then I don't know, 10 minutes into it, I got cut off for some reason, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But what we're going to do today is just lay down some of the gum layers on the prints that I made last night. I may do another platinum print too before I put away my chemistry over here. Anyway, what I had done was I've been going through negatives lately, or not negatives. I've been going through my files from the Venice trip, and I just haven't had much time to do much of anything. And I did find one print that I worked on last week that I'm really quite happy with. So I found this other one that looks like it could be a really nice gum. So I'm going to lay down my usual kind of a ochre, yellowish ochre, French ochre on the top of it, with a little bit of magenta mixed into it for a little warmth. And we'll see how that one works. But pretty soon these will be dry. I think that should check on them now. Yeah, they're getting kind of ready to go now, so I think what I'm going to do is actually mask them. But in the meantime, what I was saying before I got so rudely cut off was last week after I was live, I went on and I noticed that my old friend Matt Marash was online. And some of you probably know Matt, and I know that there were some people there from my subscription list that were watching as well. And he does a great job every week, and I think he does it live on Fridays, but I'm not sure why he was doing it Sunday that day. And we were kind of competing, or that's funny to say competing. He had 104 people watching and I had one. So, but anyway, Matt does really great stuff, and I highly advise you looking him up. Matt Marash, M-A-T, Marash, M-A-R-R-A-S-H, and I'm not sure of his channel name right now, but he does this large formats, Friday Live large formats that was really pretty good. He answered a lot of questions, had a lot of participants, a lot of people chiming in and things like that. The kind of thing that I'd like to happen here, and hopefully it will happen after time here. But what I do want to find out, I want to make sure that I'm not, competing with him. I don't think I am, because it would be a lot of the same people that would be interested, which is why I'm telling you about it. But anyway, check out Matt. He was nice enough to give me a shout out and give Photostock a shout out last week once he saw that I was on there, and that was really sweet of him. I haven't seen him in a long time. To tell you a little story, what he did is he came many years ago to Photostock, and he came with with his podcast at the time. He has this podcast that he had, film photography podcast, I believe. And he came and he interviewed a bunch of people and put it out there, and it was really, really professional and really great. And he's just been top shelf all along. So again, check out Matt. So let's see here. Let me get this print out here, and I'm going to put on my specs because I can't see for anything these days. And I'm going to mask this print off, and we're going to actually lay a gum layer down on it while I'm here live with you. So let me go back to the live stream here on my screen here, just to make sure that nobody's chiming in here. Yeah, I don't see anything there, and there's 3 concurrent viewers. Hello, 3 viewers, whoever you are. One of them's probably me. I'm going to put this over here on the side. I think you can still see me in the frame. It tends to, when I have it follow me, it seems to go a little bonkers from time to time. So I'm just going to keep it this way for right now. And I think I can see myself in here. What I like to do again is mask it off, and if this is repurposed and left online, I'll leave a link up here to my masking. But what I like to do is I like these clean edges on my prints that you can see here. So when I'm coating my my gum layer on there, I like to keep it masked as well. So what I do is I take my removable tape here, of which I've got some new stuff on order that I'm going to be trying, a low-tack tape that was recommended through the channel. But anyway, I dull the tape a little bit on another piece of paper, and then with the the light shining through from the light table, I just mask along to the image edge, and I turn the print and set up the tape again. And one of the things that I always teach people is consistency of workflow. So I always turn it to the right when I'm taping it, so that I know which, that I haven't messed up and gone over one piece of tape twice and left an area unmasked. These things are good to get into when you're working. Just do the same thing repetitively every time, and that way you end up with a lot less mistakes. And when you do have a mistake, then you can go back and you can find out what step you were in when you made that mistake. So, got my masking, then I end up turning off the light, and I'll put on a little extra mask over the side, which are strips of just regular typing paper, computer paper that I've cut into strips. And here's the last one. There. So this is protected except for the image area now, and I am ready to coat this one. So I put it over here on my, I use these little cutting boards that you get that are different colors for, one's for meats, one's for chicken, whatever, And I like to use these to lay down to put my print on. And then another thing that I do, when we move the computer out of the way here, I use a piece of plexiglass. Clear plexi, and I buy several sheets of these. I like to use them for the workshops as well. And what I do is I take and I use my rollers. This is where I dump out my gum and my ammonium bicarbonate mix, and I roll it out with a small roller, of which I will get over here. I'm going to go off camera for a second. What I've got are these little rollers that I use. I use 2 of them because one of them I lay the original stuff down with, and the other one I use to smooth it out if needs be, which very often does need. So I lay those rollers off to the side here, and another thing I'll go off camera for here is these old Kodak film things. They work really good to mix up your dichromate and your pigment together. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a little bit left of this this ochre that I have mixed up. Now this is gum pigment. I've got a video about this also that you can see up here if it's linked, right? If this is if you're watching this non-live, and this stuff is my ochre. And what I like to do is take that and pour out just enough, because I'm only going to be covering a couple of prints right now. So I'll pour out about 1/4 inch of that. Actually, it's the end of my stuff that I have. I'm going to have to mix up some more of that before I do the next ones. And then I'm just going to take a very small amount of this red that I mixed up here. Now this stuff is really, it stains quite a bit. It's very, the pigment's very opaque, and normally it's not the kind of pigment that I would use, but it works good if I just put a small amount in. So I'm just dropping a little bit in here. Because what I want to do is I just want to warm up this yellow a little bit. I don't want to turn it red. So I'll put the lid back on that again, and then I break my dichromate here. And this is a 30% solution of ammonium dichromate. And I'm going to pour an equal amount of that, which is that right there. Normally I would use gloves working with this, but I'm pretty careful, and I can wash my hands off right away. As you've seen in other videos, the dichromate is the most caustic part of this whole thing. So then I put that in there and mix it all up. There, and you can see I still got kind of a yellow, a little bit orangish now, kind of a warm yellow. And then I'm going to take that, and I hope you can see this down here, and I'm going to pour that, a little bit of that out on my plexiglass here. And I'm going to take a roller, I'm going to roll a little bit of that up, and then I'm going to bring it over here under the print, and I'm just going to roll it over. I'm not pressing really hard, I'm just making sure that it covers it equally.